Greetings! Mentoray79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Dark States, Purgatory, Dragon, DD Favrneel, D-BT08. Okie dokie, let's get started. So selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building in today's deck profile video is a Dark States, Purgatory, Dragon, DD Favrneel deck, made up of cards only available up until D-BT08. Alrighty, let's get started. Going to filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT2, Brush for the Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, D-BT6, Blazing Dragon Reborn, D-BT7, Raging Flame Against Emerald Storm, and D-BT8, Minerva Rising. Applying filters applied, let's get started. First up, the Ride deck. And now for the Ride deck. For the cards in this Ride deck, we are playing Grade 3, Purgatory Dragon DD Favrneel. Skills, first skill, Continuous. You may only have one Purgatory Dragon Favrneel in your deck. Second skill, Auto. As a Vanguard, at the beginning of your main phase, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards and retires it. If you do not ride this turn, this unit gets plus 10,000 power, plus 1 critical. Third skill, Auto. As a Vanguard, when your opponent's rear guards retired during your turn, cost, put a card from hand into soul. If the cost is paid, draw a card. And the fourth skill, Auto. As a Vanguard, once per turn. At the end of battle, this unit attacked. If the sum of the grades of Dark States cards in your soul is 13 or more, cost, Counterblast 2. If the cost in play, stand this unit, and this unit gets drive -1 till end of turn. Alrighty, the Grade 3, Purgatory Dragon DD Favrneel, 1 in the Ride deck. Up next, the Grade 2, Diabolos Anger Richard. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, cost, put a rear guard into your soul. If the cost in paid, draw a card. Second skill, Continuous. As a rear guard. If you are in Final Rush, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Okie dokie, the Grade 2, Diabolos Anger Richard. We have 1 in the Ride deck. Next up, the Grade 1, Diabolos Bad Steve. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose a card from Soul and call it to your back row center rear guard circle and Soul Charge 1. Second skill, Continuous. As a rear guard. If you are in Final Rush, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Affirmative, the Grade 1, Diablo's Bad Steve, 1 in the Ride deck. And then the Grade 0, Uncanny Burning. Skill, Auto. When this unit is rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. Confirm, the Grade 0, Uncanny Burning, 1 in the Ride deck. And with that, we've covered the deck's Ride deck. Next, let's get on to the Grade 3 lineup. And now for the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s in this deck, we are playing the Grade 3, Reaper in the Shadows, Zelmort. Skill, action as a rear guard, cost, Counterblast 1, and put this unit into your soul. If the cost in paid, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, call it to rear guard circle, and put the rest into your soul. Alrighty, the Grade 3, Reaper in the Shadows, Zelmort. We have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 3, Execution Dragon, Vorpalsite Dragon. Skills, first skill, action as a rear guard, once per turn, cost, Soul Blast 2. If the cost in paid, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Second skill, Auto as a rear guard. When this unit attack hits, if the conditions have been met, you may Soul Charge 2. Okie dokie, the Grade 3, Execution Dragon, Vorpalsite Dragon. We have 4 in the deck. Up next, the Grade 3, Demonic Swordsman of Riving, Eligos. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard of Favrneel in its card name, cost, put one of your other rear guard into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it. And if the sum of the grades of dark states cards in your soul exceeds 13 or greater, you may countercharge 1. Confirm the grade 3 Demonic Swordsman of Riving Eligos. We have 4 in the deck. And next, the grade 3 Normal Order Grania Gradel. Skills. First skill, continuous Regulus piece. You may only have 1 Regulus piece in your deck and use it a total of 1 time in a fight. Second skill, Order. Play this if you have a grade 3 Vanguard Persona Ride and you do not ride this turn. Activate Persona Ride. Draw a card. All of your Furrow units plus 10,000 power this turn, and your regards have Persona Road. Affirmative. The grade 3 Grania Gradel. We have 1 the deck. And with that, we've covered the deck's grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the grade 2 lineup. And now for the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2s in this deck, we are playing the grade 2 Selfish Engraver. Skills. First skill, Auto as a rear guard. When this unit attack hits, you may soul charge 1. Second skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit attacks. If your soul has 10 or more cards, cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, countercharge 1. Alrighty, the grade 2 Selfish Engraver. We have 2 in the deck. Up next, the grade 2 Squalid Freaks. Skills. First skill, continuous from the soul. If you do not ride this turn, this card gets grade +2. Second skill, Auto from the soul. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks, if you do not ride this turn, cost, bind this card. If the cost and paid, all of your Furrow units gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Okie dokie, the grade 2 Squalid Freaks. We have 3 in the deck. And at that, we've covered the deck's grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the grade 1 lineup. And now for the grade 1 lineup. For the grade 1s in this deck, we are playing the grade 1 Steam Battler Gunram. Skills. First skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, soul charge 1. Second skill, action as a rearguard once per turn. Cost, Soul Blast 3. If the cost and paid, draw a card. Alrighty, the grade 1 Steam Battler Gunram. We have 4 in the deck. Up next, the grade 1 Brainwash Swirler. Skills. First skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, soul charge 1. Second skill, Auto as a rearguard. When your card is put into your soul by soul charge, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn, plus 10,000 power if soul charge 2. Okie dokie, the grade 1 Brainwash Swirler. We have 4 in the deck. Up next, the grade 1 Repel Malice Dragon. Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills. First skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from hand and discard it. Affirmative, the grade 1 Repel Malice Dragon. We have 3 in the deck. And next, the grade 1 Blitz Order Elementaris Sanctitude. Skills. First skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementaris Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Place of a cost of, discard a card from hand if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. And confirm the grade 1 Elementaris Sanctitude. We have 1 the deck. And at that, we've covered the deck's grade 1 lineup. Next, let's get on to the grade 0 lineup. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck, we are playing the grade 0 Hades Dragon Deity Resentment Gamma Child Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. You get during your turn, all of your Vanguards gets plus 10,000 power, plus 1 critical until end of fight. And the grade 0 Hades Dragon Deity Resentment Gamma Child Overtrigger, we have 1 in the deck. Next up, the grade 0 Flinty Slasher Critical Trigger, we have 3 in the deck. Up next, the grade 0 Stem Deviate Dragon Critical Trigger. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. And alright, the grade 0 Stem Deviate Dragon Critical Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Up next, the grade 0 Roost Wildmaster Riley Draw Trigger. Skill, Continuous as a Guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. Okie dokie, the grade 0 Roost Wildmaster Riley Draw Trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0, Incorruptible Holy Light Euphoria Heal Trigger, Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, see if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle's second attack this turn or more. Affirmative, the Grade 0, Incorruptible Holy Light Euphoria Heal Trigger. We have 2 in a deck. And next up, the Grade 0, Brilliant Floral Eugenia Heal Trigger, Skill, Auto. When this unit is put in Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Confirmed, the Grade 0, Brilliant Floral Eugenia Heal Trigger. We have 2 in a deck. And with that, we've covered the deck's trigger lineup. And if that's the deck's been built, Cardfight explains, for the cards in this deck we are playing 4. Grade 3, Reaper in the Shadows, Zilmort. 4. Grade 3, Execution Dragon, Vorpal Scythe Dragon. 1. Grade 3, Purgatory Dragon Deity, Favrneel. 4. Grade 3, Demonic Swordsman of Riving, Elagos. 1. Grade 3, Gradia Gretel. 2. Grade 2, Selfish Engraver. 1. Grade 2, Diabolos Anger, Richard. 3. Grade 2, Squalid Freaks. 4. Grade 1, Steam Battler, Gunram. 4. Grade 1, Brainwash Swirler. 3. Grade 1, Repelled Malice Dragon. 1. Grade 1, Elementara Sanctitude. 1. Grade 1, Diabolos Bad Steve. 1. Grade 0, Uncanny Burning, starting unit. And for the triggers in this deck we are playing, 1. Gamma Held, Over Trigger. 7. Critical triggers. 4. Draw triggers. And 4. Heal triggers. And if that the deck's been built, Cardfight explained, next let's get on to testing out the deck. And here we are back in the main menu, going to test out a deck, so we're choosing the fight menu, selecting CPU fight, choosing the deck I just showcased to you, the Dark States, Purgatory Dragon Deity Favrneel D-Booster 8 deck, and looking good, selecting the deck, and choosing my opponent for this fight. I'm gonna test it out on Dragon Empires, Noi Taito, normal difficulty, and click. The battle begins. Let's get started. And here we are in the fight. Gonna decide who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors to paper, I win going first. Drawing our starting hands, I've got myself 2 Gungrams, a Brainwash Swirler, and 2 triggers. Since Favrneel requires a high number of grades in the soul, I better hold on to my soul chargers. Just gonna redraw all the triggers. Redraw! Ah, come on! Redrew triggers again! Going first, draw! Perfect guard, not too bad. I arrive from the right deck, Diabolos Bad Steve. For the right deck cost, discarding a draw trigger, discard and ride Bad Steve. Skill of Steve. Superior Call Matt from the Soul. Superior Calling Uncanny Burning from the Soul. Sorry about that. To the back row and Soul Charge. I Soul Charged a not my over trigger. Come on, at the beginning of the game. So unlucky. Fine, then I'm gonna call Gungram to rear guard. Call Gungram skill. Soul Charge, come on. Soul Charge. Yes. Grade 2, Squalid Freaks. Moving Gungram to the back row. End of turn. My bonus turn. He rides to the Great 1. In the Calm Sunlight, Tamayura. Skill of Togachirashi into Soul. Vanguard skill. Draw a card. Skill. Nothing happened. Battle phase, Vanguard, 8k. No guard, gonna take it. Drive check. Heal trigger, trigger wasted. Nothing to heal, and power is useless at this point. 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. No trigger. Ah, come on. Grania Granel, seriously? It's a really rough start for me. Standard draw. I ride from the right deck. Diablo's Anger Richard. For the right deck cost, I am discarding a critical trigger, Flinty Slasher. Discard and ride. Skill of Richard. I move a rear guard into the soul. I move Gun Ram to the soul. And draw a card. Draw. Ah, draw trigger. Come on. Then I call Gun Ram to rear guard. Call. Gun Ram skill. Soul Charge 1. Soul Charge. Ah, not another trigger. Seriously? Ah, such unlucky draws. Fine, going to battle phase. Gun Ram attacks the Vanguard. 8k. He guards with Ririmi. The attack fails. Ririmi's skill, when retired from the Guardian Circle, it goes into the soul. Boosted by Uncanny Burning. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. 16k. The attack goes through. Drive check, come on. Yes, critical trigger, finally a lucky draw. I give it all to the Vanguard. Power up and critical up. 2 damage incoming. And boom! Damage check first. No trigger. Rarami, 1 less card to worry about. Second check. Yes, Persona Ride, 2 cards out of deck. I have less to worry about. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Grade 2 Festival Burning Tamayura Vanguard skill. And call into the rear guard, Rarami and Ririmi. A full formation already, so let's see, 10k from all this side. I have 2 cards to guard with. Maybe I should let the first attack go through and see if I get lucky with a trigger. No guard. Here comes 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. Ah, Vorpal set, come on. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, taking it. Damage check. Ah, heal trigger. He can heal 1 damage and power up. Ah, so lucky. Ow. Check. Ah, another Grade 3. Come on. Why do all the good cards end up in the damage zone? 20k to Vanguard. Guard with critical trigger. Stem Deviate Dragon. 25k. Just barely enough. The attack is blocked and ka-chink, safe. And if my opponent's turn, my turn. Standard draw. Vorpal Sight Dragon. I ride from the right deck, Purgatory Dragon Deity Favrneel. Right deck cost, discarding the draw trigger Riley. Discard and ride. Skill of Favrneel. Force my opponent to retire 1 rear guard. She retires. Rear me in the rear guard. Vanguard skill. I move. The cards in my soul are... I don't have anything to soul blast with except 2 triggers, so I'm gonna move Vorpal Sight to the soul and draw a card. Draw! Ah, critical trigger, come on. Then I'm going to call Reaper in the Shadows Zelmort to the rear guard. Call! Zelmort skill, Counterblast 1, Counterblast into soul, and look at the top 2 cards in my deck. 2 Brainwash Swirlers. 1 to call to the rear guard. Call. Second one into soul. Wait, first one, soul charge. Soul charge. Ah, another critical trigger, come on. And power. Then I'm going to activate Gun Ram skill, Soul Blasting 3 Great Zeros in the soul. Soul Blast, draw a card. Draw. Grade 2, alright. I call the Grade 2 Selfish Engraver to the rear guard. Call. And should I call more or try to preserve it? In my soul, I have the grades 3, 5, let's see, 6, 9, 12, 13, just barely enough. So, gonna play it safe. Just gonna go straight to battle phase. My rear guard Selfish Engraver attacks the rear guard Rarami. 10k to 10k. The attack goes through, and boom! The attack goes through, and skill, I soul charge. Draw trigger, come on. Skill swirler, he powers up. And now, should I use Favrneel's skill? Nope, not gonna use it. Favrneel unboosted attacks the Vanguard, 13k. The attack goes through, twin drive, first check. No trigger, Vorpal Sight. Second check, come on. No trigger, 2 great 3s at this timing. 1 damage, boom. Damage check. No trigger, 1 blast for Sonar Ride to worry about, safe. Favrneel's skill, Counter Blast 2, Counter Blast and Restand Vanguard. Boosted by Uncanny Burning, Vanguard the Vanguard, 19k. The attack goes through, drive check. No trigger, Brainwash Swirler, 1 damage. And boom! Damage check. Critical trigger. He powers up, lucky draw. Boosted by Brainwash Swirler, Gunram attacks the Vanguard. 26,000 power. He guards with the heal trigger, Parasolus, 35k, attack blocked. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. He rides, Deepening Night Tamariora. He calls, Tsurugi, Tsurugi skill, Superior Call, Fudawaru, Vanguard Vanguard, skill of Vanguard, Superior Calling, 2 new cards. Skill of Rarmy, pay the cost and draw. No guard, gonna let it go through. I need Counter Blast to use my Favrneel's skill. First check. Another lucky heal trigger, come on! How is he so lucky? Second check. No trigger, so 1 damage. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Rear guard to rear guard. I need to save the counter charging maybe, or do I? Nope, just gonna let it go through. I have another card to counter charge with. And 20k to Vanguard. No guard. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Squalid Freaks. And in my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Heal trigger, come on. Skipping right phase, going to main phase. I call it the activate my Vanguard skill. Retire rear guard. Retire 1 and power up, critical up. Not activating skill and Then I'm going to call Vorpal Sight and Ellie Ghost to rear guard. Call. Number of grades 3. Let's see, 7, 8, 11, 14, 15. Alright, then I'm first gonna activate Gungram's skill, Soul Blasting 3. 1, 2, and 3. Soul Blast and draw a card. Draw! Not another heal trigger, come on! Then I'm going straight to battle phase. My rear guard, Ellie Ghost, attacks the rear guard Rarmy. The attack goes through, and skill of Favrneel, I move Brainwash Swirler to the soul, and draw. Come on! 3 heal triggers, unbelievable! Then Vanguard unboosted attacks the Vanguard, 23k, 2 crits. Not activating skill. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, perfect guard, and second check, come on. Critical trigger. I give critical to my Vanguard, and hold on, nope. Giving all effects to Gunram. Looking good, and 2 damage. Boom. Damage check. Ah, come on. Another lucky trigger. How is my opponent so lucky in this whole fight? Second check. No trigger. Skill Favrneel. Counterblast 2. Counterblast and... Restand Vanguard. Drive +1. Boosted by Uncanny Burning. Favrneel to Vanguard. 29k. Let's see. Activating Squall Epic to skill. Self-bind and... 5,000 power to the front row. 34k to Vanguard. Perfect guard. Perfect guard cost he's discarding. Tension set. Drive check. Nah, another grade 3, come on! The attack fails, but now, boosted by Brainwash Swirler, Gungram attacks the Vanguard, 31k. Guard with heal trigger, 38k, the attack fails. And that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. Skill of the Vanguard. Powering up, and he's calling a rear me to rear guard. Vanguard to Vanguard. I can't afford to take any damage now. Skill of Vanguard. Superior Fall from the Soul. Powering up, and Perfect Guard with Elementary Sanctitude. For the Perfect Guard cost, I am discarding Heal Trigger Unia. Perfect Guard activated. Twin Drive, first check. Ah, come on, another front trigger. How does he keep getting lucky with the triggers? Second check. Ah, double trigger, unbelievable. Ah, so lucky. The attack is blocked for this one. Ka-chink. Rear guard to Vanguard, 23k. Guard with critical trigger, 28k. Attack blocked. And ka-chink. Safe. Vanguard to Vanguard, 35k. Guard width. One heal trigger and one critical trigger, 38k. Attack blocked. And... ka-chink. Safe. And my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Skipping right phase, going to main phase. Skill to Vanguard. Choose one of my opponent's rear guards to retire. Powering up and not power plus critical as well. Not activating any other skills. The grade 3 skill lets me, let's see, put a card into Soul and countercharge. Alright. I'm going to call Ellie Ghost to the rear guard over Gungram. Call! I call Brainwash Swirler to the back row. Call! Swirler skill. Soul Charge. Adding power to Brainwash Swirler. Same again, Disinfect. Powering up. And heading over to battle phase. Boosted, let's see. First, my Ellie Ghost on the left attacks the Vanguard. Ellie Ghost is skill. I move Vorpal Sight Dragon into the Soul. Retire rear guard. And countercharge. Not activating Vanguard skill. The attack goes through. And slash. Damage check. Yes, no trigger, safe. Next, boosted by Brainwash Swirler. Vanguard attacking with my Eligos. Eligos is skill. I move the left side Eligos into the Soul. Countercharge 1. He got with a critical trigger, 28k. Attack is blocked. Now, Vanguard to Vanguard, unboosted, 23k, 2 quits. He double guards with double front triggers. None to pass. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger. Perfect guard, second check. No trigger. Ah, no triggers again, come on. Activating the effect of my Vanguard. Counterblast 2, Counterblast, and Restand Vanguard. Drive -1. Boosted by Brainwash Swirler, Vanguard, 36k, 2 criticals. Ah, perfect guard, come on! He perfect guards, and the attack fails. So, how does he getting the cards he needs? Drive check, and Gun Ram, can't use it. Attack fails, and out of counter blast. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. Skill the Vanguard, powering up. Calling the back row, Tension set. Vanguard, 26k. Perfect guarding whiff. Oh, hold on, Vanguard skill. Counter blast, and nothing happens. Perfect guard with Malice Dragon. Perfect guard cost, I am discarding. Uenia. Discard and perfect guard. First check. Critical trigger. Trigger wasted and effects wasted. I made the right choice of perfect guard. Second check. No trigger, safe. So the attack is blocked. Ka-chink. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Standard draw. Skipping right phase, going to main phase. Vanguard skill, force him to retire rear guard, retire Tension set. Powering up the Vanguard, critical as well. Not activating any other skills, then I call... I call Selfish Engraver to the rear guard, call. And Squalid Freaks to rear guard, call. That ought to do it. Going to the battle phase. Engraver attacks the Vanguard, 10k. Attack fails, but then no point there. Vanguard to Vanguard, 31k. He double guards and 33k. Twin drive for check. Draw trigger. I give all effects to my Vanguard. And second check. No trigger. The attack breaks through and crash. Damage check. No trigger, 6 damage. I win. That was a really rough fight. Despite some really bad luck from the beginning at me and for some really good luck from my opponent, I managed to eke out a win, so I got win, attack 40,000 more power, perfect guard, 10 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 more opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 900 BP, total 331,000, 75 BP, pressing A to go next, leaving the fight, returning to the fight menu. Back in the fight menu, leaving fight menu, going back to main menu. And to in the edit menu we go. And of that, the deck's been built, Cardfight explained, I just finished testing a deck out in front of you, so first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload in the near future. I'll also be able to show your support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And of that I say, goodbye.